Cubs are still holding out hope that they'll be able to sign third baseman Alex Bregman. But is that a possibility? They want a short-term deal reportedly, and he's still looking long-term. We're going to talk about that. Fangraphs says, don't get too excited about this season, Cubs fans. You got just a better than 50% chance to make the playoffs. That's different than Precoda a couple of days ago. And apparently the Cubs were really interested in Yoan Moncada. So maybe they aren't so confident about Bregman. We're going to get all of that right here on the Cubs Baseball channel. Like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Let's get this show started. Great to see you guys in the comments section. We're brought to you by DraftKings. You know that. Our first sponsor. Let's all cheer. What do you say, guys? Mick Gillespie here, Cubs Baseball Channel. You know, I started this because I was like, hey, working for other people, you don't get to tell the truth the way that you see it until you build up kind of enough equity in this business where you can be honest. And I'm trying to do that, but I can do it here, at least my truth, and nobody can fire me because I'm my own boss. But I appreciate you guys because really you're my boss. And I want to thank DraftKings for supporting us. I said that before. $5 down gets you $200 in bonus bets. Download that DraftKings app. Super Bowl 59 is right around the corner. All right, so here's the first thing. People ask me, I want to know if the Alex Bregman situation is real. And I think that it is. Now, I don't know that the Cubs are going to sign him. I don't know that they're going to break down and make him an offer that he can't refuse, like the Godfather used to say, right? But I do know that they're talking and that they feel like they have a chance and that the market hasn't been where Bregman wants it to be or he'd have signed already. But when you look at the deals that you hear that are reportedly available, one includes the Astros that reportedly offered him 6 years, $156 million, and then even maybe came back and added to that. I don't know where it is, but it's a deal that apparently he doesn't want. I just don't see the Astros doing this when they already have a third baseman and they have a third baseman of the future, but we'll find out. They got both of those guys from the Cubs in that trade for Kyle Tucker. Now you got, according to John Heyman, you got the Cubs, the Red Sox, and the Tigers trying to fight into this mix to get Bregman. And the Cubs are reportedly sitting on, hey, we'll give you more money, but less years. The Red Sox and the Cardinals are talking about a Nolan Arenado trade. So if that happens, that takes one of the teams out for Bregman. And now you're hearing a lot of the experts say, hey, the Cubs are trying, but Bregman wants long-term. They're not there. So don't hold your breath, Cubs fans. So that's the latest. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen. I mean, remember last year with Cody Bellinger, we kept hearing that he was going to get 5, 6, 7 years. He got 3. So you just don't know until these deals are done. Agents are good. Scott Boras is a great agent. He makes these guys money. He knows how to play the market. And he's going to want you to think as a Cubs front office that there's a lot of opportunities for Bregman. And, and you're going to have to step up, and then maybe he gets a deal or maybe he doesn't. I don't know. But at the end of the day, the Cubs are still in this, but it just doesn't feel like there's a lot of momentum in their direction. Now, I think we would all love to see him come because of one reason, and that's the winning aspect of things. I mean, he does bring a winning pedigree, a leader in the clubhouse, and a guy that has won. But at the on the other side of things, it kind of feels like you're blocking your prospects again. And when the Cubs made all of those trades and use your first round picks to get great players, you have them, you put them all in AAA. Now you have to figure out if you're going to play them or not. So if you add Bregman on a long-term contract, what are you going to do with Matt Shaw? What are you going to do with Nico Horner? And there's already like 6 outfielders for 3 spots that you don't have enough room for as it sits right now. So we'll continue to watch this. at the closer you get to spring training, the closer it is that something's going to happen on that front. If the Cubs end up signing him, we'll jump on here and do a live show, obviously, right away. Now, one thing I do want to tell you guys again is that Super Bowl 59 is coming tomorrow. You got a great matchup with one team in Kansas City looking for a three-peat, and you're looking for another team in the Eagles trying to revenge a loss to these guys a couple of years ago in the big game. So what's going to happen? I don't know, but I can tell you this. Super Bowl 59 is right around the corner, and it's the perfect time to get in on the action with my partners at DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now, they're giving all new customers $200 in bonus bets instantly after betting just $5. This is your shot to make every last play a moment to be remembered. Don't wait. Download the DraftKings app now and sign up using the promo code CBC. The crown is yours. Stay in on all the action and use your $200 in bonus bets on DraftKings same-game parlays for a shot at even bigger payouts. Combine multiple bets together from the same game. Love the thrill of live betting? DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on in-progress games right as they happen, making watching the game that much more exciting. If sports betting is not available in your state yet, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have a shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings app now. New customers use my promo code CBC and bet just $5 on any wager and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code CBC only at DraftKings Sportsbook. One of the things that you have to love is when you look at the Cubs playoff chances, and the gang at Bleacher Nation, they throw up some great stuff, and they put up there, hey, the Cubs chances with Pacoda to make the playoffs, 85.8%. That was actually not only to make the playoffs, but they were predicted by Pacoda to win the division. Well, another day, another prediction, and Fangraphs, which is the one I look at every day, has the Cubs' chance to make the playoffs 55.3%. And I feel like this probably feels a little more accurate than the 85.8% that Pacoda had. And I know some of you guys are going to be like, come on, Mick. I'm not saying that I want that to be this way. But when I looked at Pacoda, I'm going, man, the Pirates are going to be better this year. You got Skeens and Jones and all that pitching. I know they always seem to fade, but they're going to be tough. The Reds should be better this year. The Cardinals are going to stink, but that's fine with me. The Brewers probably won't be as good, but I just feel like that they undersold those two teams. And I mean, it changes to me, the percentages when you kind of undershoot those two. Now, I could be totally wrong, and I hope I am. I would love to see the Cubs at an 85.8% chance to make the playoffs, but Fangraphs has them down at 55.3% throughout the season. You guys know on this channel, we look at it all the time. So, it's like you get to July and you start looking at it every day. What are our chances? I don't know. Here we are. But pretty good stuff. Brett and those guys over there always have interesting things to look at. It's one of my favorite sites. And when I read that stuff, I'm always like, okay, all right, I got to talk about this. I feel like Fangraphs is going to end up being closer, but it could be in the middle somewhere. I think the Cubs have the chance to be a lot better than last year's 83-79 record that they had the year before last. I put that graphic up a lot because it stinks to me, but I'm hoping that this is the year that the Cubs buck that trend and with Craig Counsell as manager, make a run, not just at the division in the playoffs, but become a legitimate team that contends for a World Series championship. Here's one that was reported that I thought was interesting. It's being reported that the Cubs made an offer around $3 million for Yoan Moncada, according to sources. Now, if I was the Cubs, no chance I would have made an offer for him. And I know he got a deal with the Angels that was around $5 million. He's a switch hitter. Apparently the Yankees thought about him as well. When he plays third base, he's pretty good. He seems to always be hurt, right? But there were a couple years where he had some really good seasons, and maybe you feel like, hey, if we get him healthy, then we could get a pretty good player in return. Now, I think Cubs fans would have been let down to get the former White Sox because of the fact that I don't think he really ever lived up to his hype. I remember when the Sox got him in that trade from the Red Sox, and he was supposed to be like, this superstar player, and it just never materialized. I think partly because of the injury situation, but part of it is that he just wasn't good enough. Now, we'll see what happens when he slides over and plays in LA, and Ron Washington, good manager. They're trying to figure out a way to win there. Who knows? Maybe he goes there and has a healthy season. But to me, I feel like Matt Shaw at third base is a better option than waiting on Yoan Moncada to get hurt, which is what he's really been good at. And it's tough in this game, and I'm not taking a shot at him, but he's been hurt so much. Once you start becoming one of those players that's injured all the time, it seems like you're constantly injured. And I feel like it's like that for all of us in life. Like you roll through life without any kind of injuries, and then all of a sudden you get one, and then you get two, and then you get three, and then you get old, and you get them a lot. Like my grandfather used to tell me, getting old sucks. So, but I do wish him the best as he goes out to LA, and we'll see how things, like I said, going back to the beginning of this show, how they materialize with Alex Bregman, and will the Cubs be able to pull that off? All right, get in the comments section. Thank you guys again for being here. I want to reiterate that we're running this deal right now for Super Bowl 59 with DraftKings, promo code CBC, Cubs Baseball Channel, $5 down, $200 in bonus bets. But we appreciate them so much, and I know a lot of you guys are excited about the big game in New Orleans. Have a great day. If something breaks, we'll jump back on, but appreciate every one of you guys for being on this channel every day and hanging out here and talking Cubs baseball. Man, you guys are the best. Go Cubs.